I am the mayor of Dalton, and I'm also the first female, youngest African American supervisor in the largest township in the state of Illinois. I am over 17 cities, including my own. So, of course, that made a lot of people mad, right? But they said make them matter, right? That's what we're doing. So, I'm here today to say I'm standing on business to feed the people. But what people don't understand how it work with this little fake politics world is that they feed them and not y'all. So I've been standing on business by feeding you guys first and making sure you eat and they starve.
All right, Dalton. Buckle up. The circus is about to start. And this is where it seems to be ending. Tiffany H. is giving up everything but the kitchen sink in a desperate attempt to save electricity. The deadline for early voting is today. Tomorrow, will people hit the reset button? Or will Dawn stay on the same path? In the last several days, Hanyard has been busy on social media, posting a lot of content and building their profile.
I just want to make sure you know more facts so that you can better judge the people that's trying to stay in office and keep up the corruption that's going in. Because your board of trustees is stealing y'all, and I'm about to show y'all what they've been stealing and how they've been stealing and all the people involved. And the reason for me not giving certain receipts, because y'all better believe that I gave that to the proper authority.
Then she starts acting irrationally, criticizing the trustees and playing the victim. One of the most absurd claims is that an adult firefighter was involved in a stolen fire vehicle incident. With this, everything has completely gone wrong. So, we'll break out a bit of this right here. The Dolan financial crisis and this absurd firefighter accusation that pleads for pity are only two examples of her last-minute use of political theater, deceit, and blame. Who knows? She may throw out another so-called receipt later today. So this video may not even be finished yet. I might have to add more as the day goes on. We'll see. This is the last stand she will make. When politicians are put in a tough situation, you expect them to fight. But in addition to fighting, Han is also throwing a fit. Over the past week, she has made it clear that she is never to blame for anything.
You know, people been keeping me tied up in court and always accusing people of things and never got no proof of anything, but just accuse you of stuff. And it said that people are judging people off false allegations and no real facts. I don't like that, so I just always try to talk to that and let residents know that, hey, I've done nothing wrong. I've always been true to y'all. I will continue to stand up for the voiceless, but I just want you to understand that people have been judging me off of, you're guilty, you're guilty, you're guilty. I'm guilty of what? Loving on y'all, helping y'all, supporting y'all? Like, stop. Like, I've done nothing, and I've told you guys this several times.
She is now accusing trustee House of financial wrongdoing, claiming that he embezzled funds and was under federal scrutiny. She even asserts that he was questioned by federal officials over his financial activities, which we discussed in the last movie. Interestingly, Jason House spoke with Nate the lawyer about the issue a few months ago.
Board meeting in which she said the FBI was on you. And
sick of Trustee House, you've been picked up by the feds, right? The FBI got you at the U.S. Bank building, right? They came and seized your computer and everything, right? You won't tell the people that. Y'all don't tell the people nothing, but yet y'all point the finger. Don't get me started.
And they had raided your house and took your computer and tell the truth. What's up with that? Did that happen? Are you under FBI surveillance?
No, I thank you for that opportunity to talk about this and everything else. But no, that never happened. I was never picked up. My computer was never taken. I'll tell you what the offbeat, or what she's trying to allude to on that matter is that many years ago I took a job working for a gentleman that was my mentor and my friend, because I've been in the finance industry for many years now, for virtually my entire career. And then ultimately the gentleman ended up having an investigation performed where there was a search warrant served on his home as well as his business, and she's trying to connect me to that person. And I say that at this moment that he's been deceased for 4 years. So that she's trying to draw some kind of connection that really doesn't exist. It's untruthful. I was never picked up. I was never taken anywhere. And that's why I reminded the residents at the last meeting, there's only one person on the board that has a mugshot.
But he's using the I am the victim strategy. She also says the trustees are keeping her from helping the villagers and that she was unfairly taken out of the village's bank accounts. Furthermore, she argues that the trustees have wasted the money on legal battles instead of helping the residents. Hey, listen, the trustees are stating, because she was caught signing checks without permission, she was removed from the bank accounts. She allegedly paid over $1.5 million for police overtime, mostly for her personal security detail. They also claim they now warn that under her leadership, the community faces financial disaster.
Building an ice skating rink, a roller skating rink, outdoor, bigger than Rockefellers. Did I get any news play on that? Nothing.
This last-minute ploy can be called theatrics or receipts, depending on your point of view. But rather than offering an explanation for Dalton's financial troubles, she is placing a wager that people would fall for it. When you look at the stats, it seems that Hunyard is just working for herself, even though she constantly talks and raps about feeding and helping people. Now let's talk about the dispute surrounding the ice skating rink. Under the direction of Lori Lightfoot, the Inspector General's office, IGO, found that approximately $50,000 was spent on artificial ice and skates.
So my signature will always get approved as it relates to going into a bank. The clerk only contests to my signature. I don't need two signatures. I don't need her to cash a check. I do not. It has always been that way, and it is that.
Hunyard denied knowing about it, then went ahead and held a party at the rink. The acquisitions were recorded in the official village records, so she knew. Of course, trustees might not see the village's financial reports for months. And when they finally got access, they discovered improper spending.
I'm ordering an investigation of Trustee House, Trustee Belcher, and this fireman regarding the cover-up and pay-to-play on contract deal. The writing's on the wall, residents. I need you to come out on February 25th and help you get rid of corruption in the village of Dalton.
Hunyard boosted police overtime by 150% in a single year. Recall that small village is home to only 20,000 individuals. It was more expensive for the taxpayers to defend her than to defend the community at large. In fact, she could have saved almost $1 million a year only by firing her personal security detail. For these reasons, the trustees fought to remove her from financial management. But instead of accepting responsibility for it, she is merely altering the narrative and playing the victim. Now, let's examine this firefighter claim as the level of desperation is at an all-time high. Just when you thought the pranks could get much wilder, Hunyard decides to attack a firefighter in Dalton. This is a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it works for her. The controversy she's pushing. A new video was published today.
Just to clear this up so the residents and everybody know what's going on. Basically, this board of trustees have put the village in financial despair. They put us in court several different times. If anyone's not following, they cost us over $600,000 for a recall for this attorney to get paid off of.
I mean, two comments on this one. One is what was conveniently omitted was the lawsuit the mayor's office filed against the board because the mayor's name was removed off the bank account. That case is still pending. However, at this time, the judge reviewed the facts, as Trustee Steve generally says. So I want to channel my inner Trustee Steve and say the judge reviewed the facts of the case, saw all the evidence put in front of us, and has still determined that that the mayor's name should not be placed back on the bank account.
That's not true.
That's not a loss. That's still something that was done through legislative council. Point two, and as I heard the administrator making his comments on the cases, I'm approximating here, so please correct me again. I heard two cases that had $121,000 from Olson Sturk and $198,000, which estimates about $330,000 worth of legislative council fees. The mayor comes and says $600,000, $1 million, $1.5 million.
By referencing a May 2024 report,
again,
she is trying to create the appearance that the firefighter was engaged in questionable behavior.
I would also
she is referencing to video that shows firefighters preparing food inside a stolen fire vehicle.
If we follow proper
the
process and procedure,
truck was later found abandoned behind a semi-trailer. No one was arrested, and there is no evidence that the firefighter engaged in any wrongdoing. So, what's Hunyard up to today? Distraction is the easy solution. Furthermore, I can see how disastrously this strategy will backfire. It's brave and not very smart to criticize a firefighter right before an election. Firefighters are among the most respected public servants. The song F the Firefighters, since this isn't the cops, doesn't exist. It just doesn't make sense. Because of this ploy, voters can grow quite resentful toward her. Furthermore, it is questionable that she is making such a big deal out of something that happened months ago on the last day of early voting. And where is the evidence? The official report does not support her claims. It only had to do with a stolen fire truck. Neither more nor less. Although voters will have the last say tomorrow, this is a classic attempt to change the topic of conversation. Dalton voters have the option of keeping the current mayor or electing a new one. At its core, this election is about trust, accountability, and leadership. Will Dalton survive yet another Hanyard term? Will the leadership tell the truth on spending and public safety? Will the mayor or all citizens be defended with the money? Furthermore, is it feasible for Dalton's leadership to work together instead of continuing the circus that we have seen in recent years? Hanyard's last-minute diversions and finger-pointing suggest that she knows she is in trouble. Voters in Dalton could finally be ready to say enough following 4 years of scandals. What about Hanyard's latest strategy for the campaign? This exemplifies political fear quite well. As evidenced by her bizarre charges and avoidance of financial accountability, she is clearly driven more by distractions than by results. Nevertheless, we will have to wait and see what the Dalton residents decide. To watch the election results, be sure to tune into our live broadcast tomorrow. This primary is between Tiffany Hanyard and Jason House. The description box below will probably contain the URL. What do you think though? What do you think will happen tomorrow? Is Tiffany Hanyard going to lose the Dalton vote? Tell me in the space provided for comments below. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again in the upcoming video.